Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. I am back. I missed you guys. Hope you had a good weekend. Oh, oh there it is. I saw the head pat redeem go off. Hello White Bear, how's it going? I saw the head pat redeem go off but didn't see the actual head pat happen. So I was like, wait, did I not do something right? Welcome back. Hi, thank you while running. Thank you. Thank you guys. Okay, let me see here. Let me say hi to everybody. Hello Fed. Congrats on first, by the way. Hello, while running. Hello Tails. Hello Ing. Hello Sal. Hello Pocket Mochas. Hello gamers. Hello Mitsunari. Hello Good Lucy. Hello White Bear. Let me see. Welcome to the After Frosty Comfort Anime Special. Yes. Bear is back from throwing hands. I am. So yeah, I mean, hello Ripley. How's it going, everybody? I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a great weekend. I have been very busy. If my voice sounds a little raspier than usual, that's probably just a result of, me having an extremely busy weekend, being at an event all weekend long, and probably doing a lot more talking louder than I normally would be. So I might be a little scratchy tonight, but maybe that's not such a bad thing on an ASMR stream. I don't know. Does scratchy voice give extra tingles? Maybe, I'm not sure. Thank you for the check-in, Blazer. Cheering too hard from winning Frosty. So, let's talk about that. So yeah, I was at Frosty Faustings this weekend, which, for those who aren't familiar with what that is a fighting game major, like a set of tournaments in the Midwest. I was competing in Grand Blue Rising. I was only competing in Grand Blue this year. Previous years I've gone for multiple games, but I've been very focused on Grand Blue lately, so that was what I went for this time. That was just what I was doing. I don't, well, how do I put this? I know that I have improved quite a bit over time. Yeah, I've gotten a bit better, especially compared to last year. And I think I had a lot happen this year at Frosty, at the event, to kind of show me that. But here's the thing. So I competed in a tournament in bracket. I had hopes this year that this might be the year that I make it out of pools, because that would have been really cool, right? And like getting to top 96, that would have been like super awesome to be able to say that I finally done that. I did not do that. I did not win at all, actually. For the first time going to one of these, I actually went 0-2 in bracket. And that was disappointing. I would be lying if I said I wasn't extremely emotional at the time that it happened, because like I was sitting there going like, wait, I thought I got better. I thought I've improved. I thought I've gotten better at this. I thought maybe this was my year. So why did I do worse? And yeah, so the night that happened was a little bit rough. Not gonna lie, it was rough because it doesn't feel good. It does not feel good to have that happen. Bombing out of bracket, it never feels good. There is no situation in which that ever is a good feeling. So yeah, it was rough. But I'm grateful that I had people on hand with me there. Hi, Tails. How's it going? I'm doing well. I am. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm grateful that I had people there on hand, both, friends there to help keep me company, and there for support, and also people who have been watching me improve and have been watching me get better and have been helping me get better, and having them also there to kind of be like, hey, don't take this too personally. This kind of stuff happens. Like, a lot about stuff like this is out of your control. And like, sometimes you just have the wrong things happen at the wrong time. And that's okay. So I spent a lot of time yesterday, still the goat, thank you, Orso. I spent a lot of time yesterday playing people, just in casuals, because I was out of bracket at that point, right? Playing people casually, people better than me, and seeing what I could do, asking for feedback, seeing what I could do to improve more. You're late for Gau's going home. Hi, Spike Kirby. You're okay. I will be here. Some people may not express it, but they're supportive. I know. I'm very, very grateful. Hello, Lewis. How's it going? And like I said, there was a lot. One of the benefits of going to something like this in person that, hang on one second. Sorry. One of the benefits to going to places like this in person is that you do get to like talk with people, get that immediate feedback, get to make friends playing while you're there. And I played a couple people this year that I also played last year. And that was kind of a neat experience, because in that front, that was a good indication that like, hey, yeah, because like, I know they've gotten better over the last year too, right? And I'm, in some cases, I was keeping up with them in ways that I maybe was still before, right? But because I know that for a fact that they've gotten better, me keeping up with them means that, yeah, of course I've gotten better. And then in other cases, like at least one case of playing somebody that I tried playing last year that I did not do well against, and doing significantly better in matches against them. It was like, oh shit, actually, hang on, stuff is working. I am improving. It still doesn't feel good to bomb out a bracket. It never does. Losing out of tournament at any point never feels good, right? But it's also not it's not the end all be all of how I'm doing. And trying my best, not to let that discourage me. In fact, in a lot of ways, I kind of see it as motivation because, this isn't the only major I'm going to this year, I will be going to Combo Breaker in May, and that just means I'm due for a redemption arc. And next time, I can try to do better. And we'll see how it goes. And, maybe I will, Combo Breaker sweep incoming. Here's the thing. Look, I know from talking to people about, to some degree, there is a little bit of, it's the part I'm worst at, right? It is the part of this that I am objectively worst at. And that is the confidence to be able to look at that bracket and look at all the people who are super, super freaking good in there and go, yeah, I can beat them. Yeah, I'm going to beat all of them. Yeah, I'll kick all their asses. I'm really bad at that. I'm really, really bad at that. That has been an element to my personality as somebody playing in this space, that I look at basically everybody and go, oh my God, everybody is so good. Everybody is so good at this. I don't know if I can do this. I'm going to try, but I'm pretty sure all these people are better than me. I don't know that I have that part of me that can look at that situation and go nah, I can beat them, right? Maybe I can develop that, but yeah, I don't know. That's just a part of it that I struggle with, but gotta look at the bracket and say I could out-footsie Daigo. See, that's the thing. It's I know I can't, and part of me is I don't want to sound like I'm full of myself, right? But I know that's part of the game, right? I know that's part of that mindset. You can't if you don't think you can. You know what? That's a good point. That is a good point. You feel like you just got to sit across from the killer and be one game at a time. That I think I'm more capable of. That I am more capable of just being hey, I can do this. I can do this one game, this one matchup. I can do this one. And then I do that again with the next one and go this one, I can get this one. This is the power of not knowing any names. Look, that's the thing. It is a flaw in me, perhaps. It is a flaw in me that my default assumption at any given point in any of this is I see another player, I just automatically assume oh, that player's probably better than me. Despite your serious nature, you would be extremely shy and nervous to meet me at a con. Aw, I mean, I'm just a person. I'm just another person. Just a bear. But I understand as well. I kind of understand. Let me see here. What was it? Where are we at? Delusional confidence works. There's probably something to that for sure. One round at a time. For every hype thing in top 24, you saw a lot of, just like me. You know what? That is extremely fair. That is extremely fair. I do, that, I will say, do I get bad term? Oh my God. Yes. So like here's the deal with what happened with my bracket. I so I mean part of, you know, there is something to the idea that like my bracket was fairly stacked. I think a lot of the brackets were fairly stacked this year. I was I looked at the seeding because I couldn't stop myself from doing that. And I had a lot of very highly seeded people in my bracket. So like it was a stacked bracket, a stack it, if you will. And so there was that. Sometimes your body starts shaking. Yeah, I get nerves pretty bad too. The other difference here, I shouldn't say other difference. I've been in stacked brackets before. That's not new. A bracket, a stacket, a picnic basket. Yeah. Means you're good enough to hang in those lobbies. I mean, fair. Like here's the thing. Well, I'll get back to that. Usually in these, my bracket has been at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, maybe like 1, right? PM, right? Early-ish, either morning or afternoon brackets. My bracket tonight, or this weekend, was at 8 p.m. That was some bullshit. That was some bullshit. Because, like, at first, when I was, like, seeing that time or whatever, 8 p.m. bracket for employed adults is hard mode. Yeah, that late bracket. Look, here's the thing. It was, like... When I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's probably okay. That gives me an entire day to, like, play casuals and get warmed up. No, what it did was it gave me an entire day. It gave me an entire day to get in my own head and start getting nervous and freaking the fuck out. Yeah, so that didn't actually do me any favors. I spent the entire day getting increasingly nervous about it. So, like, I did play casuals, and I also did not do well in my initial few casuals. And so because of that, my brain immediately went, oh my god, I'm playing like shit. I'm not going to do well in bracket. What is going on? What's going to happen? I don't know if I can do this. And that's not a great place to be going into a bracket. It's not. So I kind of resent the 8 p.m. start time just a little. Just a little. That said, I did have some decent games as well, right? It's not like it was all bad, but... was there any else info? There was not, unfortunately. I was hoping there would be a playable build. There wasn't, which is sad. But, you know, it's still, you know, she's not too much longer. I think, what, next week? Week after? If we count, it depends on when you count the start of the week. If we're already at the start of the week, then it's next week. If next week starts tomorrow, then it's the week after. Anyways, it's soon. So that's fine, you know. Also, Daily Gow number 6. Gow. So, like, yeah, there was that. 9 days to make Silver Masters. Why only 9 days? Secrets, you did 2 things while I was gone? What's that? It also comes with a reset. The bracket already, or the ranks already reset. Like, it reset this weekend. So I don't think she will come with another reset. I think we're in the season. You hit S+ and S++ just for... That's awesome while running. Good job. Yeah, no, I think, like, that's the thing. The ranked points already reset. So Like currently I am sitting with a fat old goose egg on all of my characters, master rank wise, right? So, but it just means I get to get it back. I'm confident, I'm beyond confident that I can get gold masters back. 10 stream streak, let's go. Thank you so much, Ripley. But yeah, what was I saying? You were in the big women mines all weekend. I see. Yeah, I haven't played ranked at all this weekend because I was at Frosty, so that was a thing. So you know, you stream sniped Zhao and ranked. Oh my gosh, how did that go? What did I do besides casuals? I hung out with some people. Went and watched Grand Blue Top 24. Went and cheered on some friends who were also doing their brackets. Watched King Coffee's Street Fighter run. Watched and cheered on Slamunga's run in Top 96 and the start of Top 24. Slam stopped by here a couple times, I think, during my my Grand Blue, like my open lobbies and stuff. He's a ridiculously good Versusia player. Like probably the best one that I know on a like speaking basis. And it was really, really cool getting to watch him play. Like that was awesome. He made it to top 24, which was like super, super cool. Like I was so excited for him. So I did get a chance to kind of like sit down with Slam also and like get some feedback from him, which was like super valuable. Like I'm so, so grateful that he did that with me because, like he had some very, very good advice, I feel like, for me. And also he was such a nice guy, like such a nice dude, which I already kind of knew because I've talked to him online before, and he's always been nice. He's always been super nice online, but like meeting him in person was like just the most like chill guy. Like I really, really, really grateful to him for spending some time with me. Did I play Versusia in pools? Yep, I did. Jita was kind of going to be my backup, but I never really pulled her out. Honestly, I don't think my Jita is quite up to speed enough to really rely on her in bracket right now. I think maybe part of what I want to try to have going on for Combo Breaker is have a backup character that I'm comfortable pulling out if I need them. I do want to hard focus on Versusia still, though, on like getting better with her. She's still my main. I'm still definitely going to kind of try to polish her up. I think I can. I think I have that road ahead of me. But also, you know, as I improve at the game overall, I can improve with other characters too, right? And vice versa, right? It's a two-way street. It's not all or nothing. So yeah, that was super cool. Went through Artist Alley, got some cool stuff. I actually am holding one of the things right now that I got that was actually, I mean, I'm glad to have it just as a thing on its own, but it also will make for a good trigger item, and it is right here. Put it under the hand cam. The hand cam's not currently hooked up, unfortunately. I would have to actually get that, all the clickies. Yeah, it's a little fidget toy. Little fidget toy with little, it's basically got little keyboard switches with little keycaps on them. I've got, I'm wondering if I could, it does light up, yeah. I'm wondering if I could. My hands are a mess. My nails are not done right now, and actually one of them is chipped, and I don't love that. So I'm a little hesitant to put on the hand cam actually, but I should have taken pictures, honestly. I should have thought to do that. I did not think to do that. Those were cute. They were on the junior. They were, yeah. So they had different characters as keycaps. So I have Roll from Mega Man, Bridget in the middle, and Neko Arc on the side. And it's just, I love them. It's so nice to play with. I love fidget toys, and don't feel pressured. Just put a pic in the chat later. I will. It's a whole ass vibe. It is. Like, I've seen people have stuff like this before, and I've been like, oh, I want one. I want one really bad, because like, man, I'm hoping. I don't know that it's really a good fix, but I have, let's just say I have some ADHD tendencies, and having a fidget thing on hand can help a little. I don't know that it'll fix my attention issues, but it does actually do something at least. So you would have bought out the gatekeep.us booth. You haven't heard of them before, and their stuff is amazing. The gatekeep.us. Hang on. I think that one sounds familiar. Oh, yeah. I actually have stuff from them. I didn't buy anything at Frosty, although I think, if I remember correctly, Pocket Mocha's actually grabbed me a sticker from there. But I bought stuff from them at Combo Breaker last year. And yeah, they are very, very silly stuff, but it was fun. You're going to stay in chat. You're going to be busy trying to get a virtual machine for Windows XP working on Linux. Absolutely. Thank you for the lurk support, Tails. Good luck. And I hope you enjoy listening in. The I'm all ears. Yeah, I got an I'm all ears Vicala sticker for me. And yeah, it's very good. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff there. I had to like stop myself at some point from spending more money. It was just like, okay, I set a limit for myself. I stayed within that limit, and I did not go above it. So I got my fidget toy. I got some coffee because there was a really like I knew them from last year because I saw them last year. There was a booth with a coffee vendor called Okizeme Coffee, which is a fun little pun because Okizeme is all about options you take while you, well, I mean, technically not your wake up, but your opponent's wake up, but still it's wake up options, right? So like calling a coffee company Okizeme is like such a good pun. Gonna block this coffee on wake up. Exactly. And their coffee is super good. Like I tried some of it last year. I got a bag of their dark roast last year. They didn't have the light roast last year in stock, so this year I got some light roast for myself. Soup, and yeah, the light roast is super good. The commercial was very funny. Yeah, they had a really good commercial during some of the pool, or some of the top, like during the top 24 stream. Tech the coffee throw, right? So yeah, I got the coffee, I got the fidget toy, I got like 3 stickers or so, and then I Um, got I definitely need to take a picture of this because it needs to be in the like art lineup and stuff. But I got a commission done from one of the artists from, um, was it Burnt Green Tea? I think was the name of the artist. They had like the little what are they called? They're called something specific. The little like square like board things, and just doing kind of like a little commission. Burnt green tea. Um, yeah, I need to take a picture of it. I should have. I really, if I was a smart bear, I would have taken pictures of all this stuff to show off on this stream. That would have been extremely intelligent of me. I'm not that bear though, so I didn't do that. Thought it was a drink. No. That was the name of the artist. Burnt Green Tea is the name of the artist. And they did a super, super cute little, like, they didn't have their colored, like, markers with them. So it's a grayscale, like, commission of me, but it's super cute. I'm cuter than average, smarter than average is that other guy. That's true. My points are in charisma, not in intelligence. So I'm like super happy with that commission too. It was super cute. It like, I'm looking at it right now actually, and like it's one of those things like we got it and we were walking away with it, and I was kind of like looking at it and being like, oh, this is so cute, and I'm like, god damn, I do look like Jada. I really do just look like Jada. That's it's not surprising, I guess, that I was drawn to her as a character. But yeah, like both like, you know, VTuber model wise, and then just like in person, like people who have seen me, they're like, yeah, no, you look like to the point that like doing a Jada cosplay would probably be smart for me at some point, just because like apparently I just kind of look like her. So so, you know, maybe sometime in the future, maybe I'll go to one of these dressed as Jada. Sucrose is the singularity, for real. I'll have to get like a blue, like alternate, like version, like a blue wig to go along with like the normal blonde one, I guess. Why didn't the... Thank you for the resub, Dust. Bear spotted. I don't know why the alert didn't show up. Did it not play either? Uh-oh. I just realized. Let me fix that. Hang on. It should be playing. The alert hates you. No. Well, the sound I realized I don't actually have on, so that I can fix right now. Let me see. That one should go on here. There we go. That should be fine. But the actual alerts should be on here, I think. Yeah, Twitch alerts. That should be there. I'm gonna refresh that. Well, I mean, anyways, let me see here. Manic Panic Blue is good, but so much work. Yes. Like, we'll see what I can do with that. I also kind of miss cosplaying. I used to do it more often, and it would be cool to get back into it again a little bit more. So, you know, maybe Jada is it. How was Frosty? It was fun. I had a very good time. I will not do the full talk about my actual bracket performance, but I will say, I will give the short version. I went 0-2. It was rough in the moment, but I am taking it as an improvement, motivational experience. I'm looking forward to improving things from here, and it just means that I get to look forward to Combo Breaker to beat that score, right? Because at that point then it's like, hey, didn't go into this time, did I? And Frosty has some monsters at it for sure. Yes. My bracket was stacked. A lot of the brackets were very stacked. Slam said as much yeah, this particular tournament this year was just it was just the skill level overall across the board was just very high. So I'm trying not to take it too hard that I didn't, take a game, because here's the thing too. Both of the games that I played against both people, first off, both of them were very good. I could have won both of them. I could have. I could see it. I could see the possibility there. I did not get destroyed in either one of those matches. I didn't. And that matters. I know the meme. The meme is 0-2, it was close though, right? But, I know that that's the meme, right? And that's the cope, right? But, genuinely, I could see the version of events where I went into these things and won both of them, right? It was possible. I didn't do it. Are we back? Are we back, chat? That was just your thing buffering. Is it back? I'm back. I'm dropping so many frames. We're back? Are we back for reals? Back for reals? Why is it not showing the Twitch alerts? I think I know why. Hang on. I think I know why it's not showing them. Hang on. Let me fix this. Let me fix this. I think I know why. I think I know why. Where is my... I'm looking at this and it's driving me crazy, but I know what it is. I know what it is. Give me the thing. Give me the thing. Where is it at? Give me the thing. Alerts. Copy browser source. Browser. Wait, I should have... Oh, I can just add existing. It's right here. Boop, there it is. That's what it was. Okay, these should show properly now. That was the reason. I had the wrong one. Let me see here. Okay. There's no scuff this stream. There is no scuff in Zuko's Collision streams. Let me see here. The first farming though. Okay. We certainly are streamers. Said I was dropping frames. You habitually looked at your own. Yeah, no, I totally get that. Anyways, so this says ads are about to start. However, it's an ASMR stream, so my hope is that it doesn't actually kick you guys to ads. I shouldn't play, I don't think. I hope. It's always the most frustrating thing in the goddamn world about this stuff is I just watched that viewer count climb to 25, and then the stream broke. Gah. Ow. It's fine. It's just always a thing though. It's just oh, come on. Oh, sorry about that. I was taking a drink. So what was I saying? Yes. I don't know where it cut me off. Although I'm fairly certain it was fairly obvious what I was saying, but which was that, like, I've got stuff to work on. I'm going to work on said things. If I can improve on those things, then maybe, just maybe, next time around, I don't go 0 and 2. Maybe I go 1 and 2. Or maybe I go 2 and 2. Or maybe I make it out of pools. Maybe. We'll see. One at a time. One at a time. And also, a thing that I am trying to hang on to, and I think it's genuine, is like, let's say, just hypothetically, that I do go 0 and 2 again. It doesn't mean I didn't get better. Doesn't mean I'm not still improving. Like, let's be real here. I'm not winning these majors anytime soon. You're not going to see me in top 8. It's not happening yet. Maybe someday, but not now, right? Not even next year. But maybe at some point. And so, like, if I'm improving, who cares what my tournament placement was, right? Speaking of tournament, are we back? Is this happening? What the hell? Well, there's first, and the alerts are working. The alerts are definitely working. You can see them now. Oh my gosh. That might be the only time anybody ever gets to actually hear the alert sound for first. Poor watching streaks, I swear to God. Hello, Tatum. Okay, so here's the deal. Twitch, OBS, can you please not do that again? I would really appreciate it. Please stay in the ball stream. Please stay connected stream. Please. It would really make me happy if you did. Okay, that works, right? We proved that works on Tuesday. Or no, it was Wednesday. We proved that one works. Give them the yandere stare. No, I just say please, and they stay in the ball. That's how it works. Twitch really said wrap it up. Oh my God. 4th Honkai eruption is inevitable. No. No. We're not having that. Not having that. We're done. We're done with the scuff. We're done with the stream problems. Everything from here is going to be awesome and amazing and great. Anyways. Heading out to Evo in June. That's awesome, though. That's really cool. Yeah, Evo is not one of the ones that I'm doing. But I am doing Combo Breaker, so, you know. Didn't know that I played Honkai Impact 3rd. I've played a little bit of it. I haven't played a lot of it. To Resonance Effect from the Wuthering Waves. I haven't played any of WUA, actually. I probably should at some point. But, also, just because I haven't done this stream, there's our trigger list in case anybody wants anything. These usually just are me chatting and stuff, but you know, some stuff is there. You've been playing Arknights. Okay. Chat. Okay. Gotcha players in chat. Sell me on your game. Do it. Should I play Arknights Enfield? Or Wuthering Waves? Or Zenless Zone Zero? Because I kind of want to get back into Zenless, not gonna lie. Because I like the characters in that. I may or may not have gotten a Nicole sticker. Long time. Oh wait, let me see. Would you look at the time the factory must grow? I see. Long time Arknights fan since 2022. Okay. Only play. Thank you for the hydro pats, Fed. You've seen several people recommend Arknights. Okay. You played Woowa, and think if you liked Factorio, you should try Enfield. I have not played Factorio. Definitely argue that Arknights Enfield is really free-to-play friendly. Really? I've heard... what flavor of fizzy water we got today? Our flavor of... So the fizzy water has not been redeemed yet, but the flavor tonight is raspberry nectarine. So, there's that. Well, there it is. Keep wanting to play with this fidget toy. Okay. Okay, hang on. Just released, so at some point you're gonna hit that to be the to be continued wall. Sure. Raspberry nectarine, yes. So, okay, did we lose stream again? Twitch does, or OBS is not saying this time that I did. No? Okay, good. You scared me while running. Hello, Papa Spade, how's it going? Welcome in. Okay, here we go. So we got still up. Good. I'm glad. Hello, son. Been a hot minute. Work's been hectic. I understand. Sorry, had to drink some so I could have more room in the glass for the rest of the pour. Hoping this is coming across well enough in the microphone. What system are the games on? PC. Right? I think that's what we're talking about. Oh, for Grand Blue? Wait. Oh, you mean at the major. Hang on. Everything is run off of PS5s. You hear bubbles? Good. You're supposed to. But yeah, no, all of the games except like Smash and stuff that's not actually available on PS5. But if the game is available on PS5, it is played on PS5. So, which means a lot of people have to have converters for their controllers, including me. Like, basically everybody who doesn't just have a PS5 controller has to have one of those like Brooks like converter sticks to like plug into. So it's just a thing. Let me see here. So the gotcha system is this: pull 80 times for any 6-star operator, and 120 times you're guaranteed that banner operator. So basically you get 2 6-stars within a guaranteed pull for your banner. Okay, so but yeah, so that's basically the same as like just it's basically Hoyoverse pity stuff, right? Where like, although I guess Hoyoverse is what, at like 70 or 80. Hopefully the PS5 controller doesn't have the PlayStation equivalent of Joy-Con drift. Well, my my controller is not a PlayStation controller, it's a leverless, which actually I have right over here. So hang on. Quick that for ASMR. You don't want to go to work tomorrow, but you gotta go to bed. Thank you for your hospitality and good vibes. Absolutely, Pocket Mochas. Thank you for everything this weekend. And I hope you sleep well. Good night. Let me see here. Hang on. Catching up to chat here. In a sense, the thing about the 80 pull is you can lose your 50-50 at the 80 pull mark. At the 120 pull, you can't lose. I see. Your broke ass can't afford a leverless anymore. There are cheaper ones out there, but yeah, it's not a cheap controller type, unfortunately. Like, there are more affordable ones. Like, this one's actually not that expensive. Yeah, the Hout. This is the Hout. Hout. I'm actually not sure how you're supposed to pronounce that, but that's what this one is. This one is a Hout R16, I think. And it's not that bad. I think I got it for under 100. Hello, Huffy, you bear you. Comes in the model with a clear panel. Yeah. Have I shown? Let me see. Do I have a picture of what mine looks like handy? Let me take a look. Because I do have artwork in mine. I'm positive I've shown it off. Hang on. Let me take a quick look on the Discord. I'm positive I've shown it in there. Let me see here. I mean, I have the artwork I put in there posted. I probably should have the actual picture of the leverless itself. But, oh, nope, there it is. I found it. Give me 1 second. Let me open that link, I think. Yeah, that should work. A bit out of the loop, did I beat up Orso at the tourney? We were not in the same bracket, so no, I didn't. He was in a different bracket from me. But let me see here. If I open up, is it this one? Let me go right there and see if I can get that to this is my controller. This is my leverless, what it looks like. Here, let me do that. And that I'll have to resize this when I do my, when I do story time again, but that's okay. We'll fix it then. So, oh, yo, how's it going, Yuka? You're home? You also stepped on a snail. Oh my gosh. Hang on, let me catch up on chat here real quick. Let me see here. Found a good cheap one to buy, but you got no money in your account. No, okay. That's the thing. Even the cheap leverless, can I say words tonight? Is that a thing I can do? Even the cheap leverless controllers are still not, like, they still cost money for sure, right? So, let me see here. You've been playing free to play so far. You've gotten enough pulls from else that 80 mark, and you've barely touched the story. Okay. I might look into it then. It's probably a yes if you can bring a leverless. You can bring your PS5 Pro controller. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, if your controller is not PS5 compatible, you would need to have an adapter for it. But that's all you would need. But yeah, Frosty's was good. Sorry, I am trying so hard to catch up on chat here. I'm just a little behind. It's okay. Your shirt's on my controller. You had to replace a screw on yours. You're using granola games one out of laziness. I see. Enjoy the process. Yeah. Still waiting for the Steam Controller 2 to release. That's going to be your new daily driver plus TMR sticks. Interesting. Indecision, look at the waifus. That's the deal. You know, that's fair. That's very fair. But yeah, no, that artwork on the stick, the picture of me, at least, is by Sucky Bunny. That's also what was on one of the shirts. And yeah, Sucky Bunny did an amazing job on that artwork. So happy with that. And then I threw together the actual layout for that artwork for the stick. Not the stick. It's not a stick for the controller, so that it would fit on there properly. I really like it. I'm very happy with it. It's really cute. I really like it. Would I be interested to play Deadlock? What kind of game is Deadlock? I'm not actually familiar. Okay, I'm putting the leverless over to the side there. But yeah, the tournament was fun. I had a good time. There's lots of beautiful women in it. Class-based team shooter. Ah, I see. That is not my style of game, but that doesn't mean I would be completely uninterested. Just, it's an uphill climb. It's a MOBA movement shooter. If I played Rivals, yeah. Rivals did not hold me, is what I will say. Rivals did not manage to hold me. You got work in the morning. Glad to see you home. And then I had a good time at Frosty. But thank you so much, Dust. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm not opposed to looking into the game. It's just, like I said, it's not my usual kind of game. So, it would have to really resonate with me. Rivals was fun. And I think if I had people to play with directly all the time, maybe it would be, it's free to play. Well, maybe I'll look into it. I just, again, trying to set expectations. How do we avoid bear attacks? Mostly down back, I think. We don't have a whole lot of overheads. And the ones that we do have are pretty telegraphed. So, block low, react high. Thank you for letting into the bit. No worries. Wait, what? You beat a bear with a fuzzy... You're throwing out random DP on your offense. I mean, it'll probably work. Oh my god. Anyway. But yeah, the tournament was fun. I didn't do as well as I would have liked in bracket, which is to say I didn't do well at all in bracket, but it's motivation to get better and do better next time. Just Fuzzy the Bear is a solid t-shirt idea. Can't block a wake up DP to save my life. That's a mood. That is a very much a mood. But yeah, I didn't wind up going to the venue today. As much as I kind of wanted to. I was very tired. I had people to take back to the airport, and by the time I had an opportunity to go back to the venue today, I kind of was just like, I think I need to get home, actually. So, yeah. But the last two, like Friday and Saturday, were really fun. Had a great time playing with people. I had a great time hanging out with people. The food was overpriced and not great, but that's venue food. That's just how that goes. So practice safe jumps off throws. Honestly, safe jumps, my beloved, like, I joke about it, but like genuinely safe jumps will like get you way further than you think they should, like very much. You forgot you get a safe jump from throws. You have to, it's tricky sometimes. Yeah, it can be tricky, so it takes some practice, but it also, I swear to God, there is no better feeling than like doing a safe jump and watching somebody DP it and you block the DP and you're just like, yes, I got it, safe jump, my beloved. And then you get that coveted counter hit close H. You got a handful of characters to master without it through brute force. But I mean, like, honestly, like, there is a point at which just playing basic Grand Blue, like, I don't want to downplay it, right? I don't want to like trivialize it. Like, getting to masters is still difficult. Like, it's not like it's easy, but there is a point at which just pure fundamentals will carry you further than you might think. Like, a lot further than you would think. I would be lying through my teeth if I said I actually learned to play the last 3 characters I got to masters. I really didn't. Hello, Zhao. Goober Bear. I am a Goober Bear. It's true. But, like, yeah. I didn't learn UL, didn't learn Anila, and I did not learn Nirmaya proper. I just played Grand Blue with all 3 of them and it worked. So it's just a thing. And the cat is now about to jump onto the desk, so hopefully that doesn't make too much noise. But you watched a Grandmaster get a character to Masters with no combos. I mean, yeah, like fundamentals, like, work. They just work. Like, obviously beyond a point need more than that, right? But just in those like S plus and S plus plus queues, like, fundamentals get you very far. Fundamentals, yeah, exactly. Like, you would be surprised the number of people who don't know what to do if you just block their stuff, and you're just like, no, not biting. What you gonna do? You can climb out of S plus generally with the CMMM ender on characters not called Wellness. You know, that's fair. Wellness says hi. Yeah. Wellness, I don't know that Wellness really needs help getting out of that area, like that bit there. It's just like, Granted, I say that having never played the character, so Sucrose be like, parry this, and then I spin, and then I get punched in the face and I fall over like this. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Is it Bing Chillin? Bing Chilling? You didn't know how to play him. You face planted hard trying him. Yeah, no, for sure. Like, much as this was what I was gonna say. This is what happens at the end of the spin. I think overall, your placement does not show how good or bad you are. You've played me before and I'm really good. I hope my placement is not good. No, of course. Yeah, we were talking a lot about that earlier. Blocking in patience feels so underrated. Really, genuinely it does. No, and like, that's the thing. Like, I take, in the moment, right? In the moment, I definitely took it hard, right? I did. Because, like I said, going 0-2 never feels good. Never feels good. Never will feel good. Like, for anybody. But, like, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people in a tournament have to go 0-2, right? That just is part of the nature of it, right? Normal near behavior. I've never seen you block against Sucrose, and it's terrifying. Let me see here. Let me see here. What was I saying? Oh, right, placements. But like, just in that moment on Friday, right, that whole thing happening, it was hard. Like, it was hard. I don't want to, like, brush that aside, right? It was hard. I got emotional. I had to, like, step away after that because I just really didn't feel good after that. So I had to go into the bathroom for a bit and just take a second to kind of, like, come back from it. But honestly, that Saturday, like yesterday, was very, very, like, was a very good day for just playing a bunch of people and feeling out, getting feedback, figuring out what I could do better, and then watching myself apply that and getting to kind of mark, like, some of that improvement, right? So, hang on, let me, Tails kind of wound up off to the side here. Can I find him? Where'd he go? Oh no. Oh well, I'll find him later. Oh no, he's back down here. Okay, cool. But yes, hello Jalen, how's it going? Welcome in. Like, honestly, there were 4 longer sets. Think you got it working? Just gotta get it past the installer. Whispers, absolutely. So there were 4 longer sets that I did while I was at Frosty with different people, and all 4 of them I felt like were way more valuable and also way more validating to me than my performance in bracket, right? So, like, I played a really good Catalina for, like, I think it was like 7 consistently beaten me way more often. Like, I've struggled to take games off of him over the course of time that I've known him. So to, like, not just keep up with him, but actually, like, pull ahead in that set was like, I'm getting better. I'm getting better. It's so cool. Frosty sounds like a Chuck E. Cheese, but it's an ice cream polar bear instead. The name of the tournament is Frosty Faustings. Frosty Faustings. Let me see here. It's going good. It's unfortunate that I went 0-2, but as you said in the Discord, we learn, we adapt, we take it on the chin, we get back. Yeah, of course, of course. I know a lot of things I need to work on. I'm going to learn more things that I need to work on, and then I'm going to work on them, and I'm going to get better, and I'm going to keep on going. I've already improved drastically in this short amount of time. I'm going to make it, and once I do, I'm going to be so surprised in yourself. Probably true. Probably true. Hello, CJ. Hello, lovely CJ. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. But yes, so it's, like I said, it's a motivating, it's a motivating factor, right? Because, you know, it's one of those things that, like, I could look at the fact that I went 0-2 and I could get discouraged and be like, well, maybe I'm not good at this after all. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. Maybe I just haven't actually gotten that good. Or I can look at that and go, well, I can do better than that. Let's make that better next time. And I won't lie. I will not lie about it. There was definitely a moment where I had thoughts of the former, right? But I'd like to think I managed to settle pretty nicely onto the latter. Because I know I can do better. And I'm going to do my best to improve so that next time I will do better. Okay, that was the 5 minutes of whispering. Man, it always, I have to say, I have so much respect for ASMR streamers and artists who just do nothing but whispering, because man, that is way harder on your voice than you would think it is. Sorry, taking another drink. It is actually really difficult to just whisper and do nothing but whisper. How is everyone? I'm doing well, CJ. I had a really good time at Frosty. And, oh, thank you for the hydrate, son. I had a really good time at Frosty. You and your friends were watching the 2XKO portion of Frosty. It was so hype. Like, here's the thing. Like, I have heard, so I didn't actually watch very much outside of Grand Blue. I've heard very good things about 2XKO as a spectator game. I don't love the game myself. I've tried it. I didn't really like it. I don't think I'm going to play very much of it, if ever. But I very much believe that game is probably awesome to watch play. Especially, like, the duos part of it is actually, like, a really cool idea. And there is a technique to make waves whispering easier on the throat. I need to learn that. I really need to learn that. I'll have to look into that. Hello, Shanda Delta. Welcome in. Thank you for the first time chat. How are you doing tonight? Thank you for the head pats. Yeah, I'll have to, like, look into that, because, like, man, I do it for 5 minutes, and my throat just goes like, oh. Sonic Fox and Inzim got 5th place, right? I hope that's actually playing. Wait, is it not playing? Why is the desktop audio not playing? That's so weird. Is it not coming through that? You guys, can you guys not hear the sounds that happen with that? Do I have the wrong thing? I might have the wrong thing there. Is it this? It's not that. Oh, it made Yoshi. Oh, it did make it. Okay, so you could hear them. Okay, good. You heard the goal. Okay. There was also, there should have been a sound also for your gifted sub too. It should have done the Dragon Ball Super theme song, but as a music box. Although I guess with the music in the background, it's probably hard to hear. You didn't hear the sub reading, you heard the goal. Interesting. Who won Grand Blue at Frosty? Monarch won. It was Monarch versus, oh gosh, I can't remember the Lowain's name, but it was Matera versus Lowain in grand finals. Checks out. Yeah, it's really not surprising. Like, Monarch won last year. Satoshi, thank you. But yeah, Monarch won last year, like, prior to, like, last year's, like, grand finals was, like, holy shit. Like, that was one of those things that I kind of, I was slightly disappointed that top 8 was today rather than yesterday, because, like, watching top 8 last year was super fun in person. BSG lost 3 really close sets to almost get a run back. But yeah, watching Monarch, was it against, oh gosh, was it Koji, last year? I don't remember, but it was Matera versus Belial, and it was before Matera got buffed, and that was, like, crazy at the time, right? It was, like, because Matera was still considered, like, pretty rough, and Belial was still, like, I think top 1 at the time, so it was, like, wow. So Monarch taking that was, like, amazing. So not surprising at all, really. Not to, like, downplay the achievement, right? Monarch is extremely good, but really not surprising that Monarch would take it with Matera in her current state. Let me see here. Got to get back to the rank grind since everything got reset. Yeah, me too. I was saying this earlier. I am, like, very confident that I can get Gold Master back on Versusia. I don't have any question in my mind that I can. Now, climbing much above 500 is still a thing that is going to be very difficult for me, but I'm looking forward to trying. I did end last season. I think I ended last season in, like, the 600s, so I did get above 500. That was a thing. So, you might try to get higher than the 500s this time with Narm. You've honestly been scared to get higher because you think you can't do it. It is a really difficult climb. Okay, can you hear that? Could you hear that? Did that alert work? Okay, good. We have a hype train. Let's go. You remember you tried and you went against... I tried to do a ranked run earlier in the week and literally ran into, like, I think 5 grandmasters, like, back to back to back. It's just, like, it is such a brutal queue. Like, it really is, especially at certain times. Like, it's rough. So, like, Let me see. You fought a Grandmaster Grand and got World Starred? If you win, you get bonus points. It's true. I have actually, I did this last season, like, actually with this last week, maybe, I think. I managed to take a set off a Grandmaster Fairy. Yeah, like a relatively high, like a pretty high, like, Diamond Master Fairy, to be honest. And Fairy is not a matchup I consider myself to be particularly good at. So, like, that was wild. You wish you could play Narmaya and Zeta. I do think I do think if I really wanted to main Narmaya, I could probably learn to play her. I think it would take a lot of work, and it would take a lot of time and patience on my part to actually wrap my head around her. But I don't think she would be beyond me. I don't think she'd be beyond you either, to be honest, son. Also, hey, Snowbird, how's it going? Let me see. You won against a Grandmaster Grand, but the next set you got perfected. Yeah, that happens. It happens. As an Narmaya player, you will say Narm is easier than she seems. That's fair. I do, like I said, I don't think she would have been out of reach for me. I just didn't have the patience to learn her because it's one of those things. It's like, I'm not going to main her. So, like, I didn't particularly care to put a whole lot of time into it. So, like, it was like, I can probably fundies my way through all the way up to Masters with EX Narmaya. And I did. So, yeah. So, the fact that they're tied together, right, means that, like, yeah, I technically have a Master Narmaya, even though I never actually learned how to play her, and I barely learned how to play EX. You'll pick up Ilsa. You're trying to just play a character to start killing bad habits and get better at generic Grand Blue. So one of the things that I've kind of learned is just playing characters in general tends to help improve certain things fundamentally, depending on the character. Like, playing Ewell got me better at trying to anti-air. Playing Narmaya got me a little better, or EX Narmaya got me a little better at trying to whiff punish. Playing just a character like Jita or Sandalphon, were just good for improving fundamentals because it's kind of what they have, right? Like, they've got fundies. They're good at it. They're very, very good at playing fundamentals, Grand Blue. But that's really what they have. So that kind of, it forces you to get better at that. So, let me see here. You played Narm for a bit. You don't, her air flip is mandatory. Oh, mandatory to do with the skill button, basically, and you hate it. The hardest character you've had to learn is to tie between Zeta and Governor. They both seem very difficult to play. Both of them seem very hard. You don't like that her air flip. I see. You don't want to have your hands to move around 90. That's fair. Yeah. I mean, being comfortable, that was the word I was looking for. Being comfortable on a character is definitely important, right? If you're not comfortable on a character, it can be tricky to really, it can be tricky to, gain a foothold with them, right? But yeah. Out of the characters I've mastered, I want to say, so like here's the thing, because like it's hard to really like quantify how easy or hard they were, like the characters themselves were individually, because I was improving over the course of doing it, right? Because like I struggled hard with Jita to get her to masters, but I think if you reset my rank back to S plus on her and I did that run again, it would probably go very quickly in comparison. Because I'm better now than I was then. So it's like, does that mean Jita was easy, or does that mean Jita was a hard character to get to masters, or an easy character to get to masters? I don't know, right? Like, it's hard to quantify. That said, probably the easiest character to get to masters was probably Beatrix. Like, I think she just went way faster than I expected her to. Well, not that I expected her. She just went very fast. Like, it was not that hard to get her there for me. Granted, I had already gotten a good handful of characters to masters by the time I got to her, but also her kit is extremely strong. So, that was a thing. The hardest, I'm not going to count my first couple because, yeah, I don't think they should count because obviously I struggled to get the easiest master gun was Vera. My Vera run wasn't too bad. I don't feel like Vera and Catalina went relatively smoothly. I think the one I just kind of struggled with for a while, and it wasn't a super early one either. Oddly enough, was Sandalfun. Like, for whatever reason, it took me some time. Thank you for the check-in, Dino. Also, I do see that request, Spike Kirby. Give me 1 second here. Go. Go, 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 go. Go. Go, go, go. Go. Go, go, go. Go, go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go, go. Go, 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 go. Go, go. Go, 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 go. 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 Alright, there you go, Spike Kirby. I hope that was good. I actually had thoughts about, because I do want to start. Your hardest rank guide is debatable between Grimnir and Lotsa. Those two do sound like they would be difficult, yeah. Sandalfun was weirdly hard for me. I don't entirely know why. I just know that I struggled on him. And then Vikala was difficult as well, although that I feel like was a little bit more expected. Vikala was not easy. Yeah, I want to say those two were the most difficult for me. Everybody else was, I don't want to say easy, but they were more smooth. So there's that. Yeah. Sandy is weird because if you just do his most basic stuff, he's reliable. The temptation to try all the fun stuff makes him lose more. The element stuff is weird and tricky, and it can be difficult, right? Like, his basic fundamentals game is very good, right? He's just got really good normals. He's got really good, really solid, like a really solid kit, but it also does, like, it can backfire on him pretty hard. And I do think at the time I was playing him, I was not good at utilizing my toolkit for whiff punishing. Like, I think I've gotten better at that since then. So I think, again, I think similar to Jita, like if you reset my rank on Sandy and made me do that grind again, I would probably go much faster. Cagliostro was also a really hard run, now that I think about it. CAG took me a while, but also I think CAG was just not, like, I kind of forgot that I even got CAG to Masters, to be honest. Like, CAG took some time for me to wrap my head around how she played. 2 questions. If a throw says punish, is it unbreakable? And why is fighting Beatrix hell on earth? If a throw says no escape, it was not punish, or it was not techable, I think. Your CAG run was super fun, which was one of your first handful of master ranks. Can't get off 0 crystals. It's hard. It's genuinely hard. Like, here's the thing. You have to think about the fact, and same thing goes for, like, getting to Gold Master and suddenly struggling to, like, hang on to any crystals above 500. But basic master, like low-level master, however you want to put it, the 0 to 500 bracket, is extra weird because, like, it's like old school S++, kind of, right? Like, low rank, or like the initial master bit is extra weird because, like, you don't rank down, right? You can only go down to 0 crystals. So you are, for lack of a better way to put it, you're trapped in that bracket. But, like, think about the fact that when you got to S plus and S plus plus, right? That initial bit of breaking into that bracket, right? Of bringing into that rank, like getting to S plus plus 5, right? And you do the thing where it's like, oh shit, now I'm back to S plus 1, and now I'm gonna win a couple of games, be back at S plus plus 5 again, but then I lost some and I'm back at S plus 1, right? That's that cycle of struggling at the low points of the new rank you broke into is just kind of part of the losing experience, right? And unfortunately, with other examples of it, like S plus and S plus plus and stuff, you cycle back down, right? And you have kind of that almost kind of breathing period of like, okay, I'm back at S plus 1, but then, you know, I can beat people in S plus 1 and get back up to S plus plus, and you have that little bit of validation there of like, oh, well, okay, I do belong in here, even though I'm struggling to take matches here. Like, clearly I can get back here, right? The low, like the initial masters, like, ranked bracket or whatever is really tricky because you don't have that portion, right? It's the, I won't say it's the 1, because I think like A rank I got, or like the low letter ranks are kind of also the same, right? Where you can't lose it, but like, because you can't lose masters, you don't get that falling back moment there, right? your falling back moment is being at 0 crystals, right? You don't go back to S++. Now, on the one hand, that's a good thing, right? Because you get to keep your master status, right? You never lose that. That's good. But on the bad side of that, it means that there is no, there is no cushion to that revolving door, right? Because in all of those other examples, you have, for lack of a better word, that cushion where it's you're back in that ranked skill bracket that you've already gotten out of, and you can get out of again because you're back in the lower skill bracket, right? You don't get that with, it's the one place in the high ranks that doesn't have that, which means there's nothing for it but just continuing to try, and eventually you will, break through that. Eventually it will happen, I promise, right? You will start to make headway into that. It will start to happen. But that initial grind is gonna be hard, right? It's gonna be really hard at first because you're going to feel a lot of losses while you're learning new things, because you are learning new things now, right? You're in a higher skill bracket, you're fighting higher skill players. So you have to learn, you have to adapt, and you have to improve. And you will if you keep trying, but it's going to involve a lot of losing. It always does, at least in my experience. So but because you don't have that buffer of the previous rank to fall back on, it kind of sucks a little, right? It's hard. So, let me see here. Back to the point where you don't really want to play the game. Keep playing its gold and silver masters. So silver masters are still definitely in that initial bracket, right? Because they're the two. Hang on one second. Hi. I have a cat. There she goes. Okay, never mind. Bye. So the initial bracket, so it's split into 2 brackets, right? I don't think they changed it to where, because I think it's 0 to, okay, hang on. Cat is wanting to stand immediately in front of everything. You hear the purr? Well, that's good, I suppose. Can I boop her nose? I am currently scratching her ears. As long as she's not actively in the way of things, I do not mind. What was I saying? As far as I'm aware, the brackets are 0 to 500 and then 500 and above. So you will face against silvers in that lower, bracket. Golds shouldn't happen as often, but they will happen just depending on the pool at the time. Also, keep in mind, Blazer, right now, the ranked points, we just started another season of ranked, not to be confused with season of content, it's not that, but another ranked season. And because of that, everybody's points reset, which means people who were Gold Master and people who were Grandmasters also reset to 0. So in the initial week or 2 or even 3 of the ranked season, that bracket or that pool, that ranked pool, is going to be extra brutal. It just will. It will be. It's going to be really hard in this initial one because you are going to be facing basically everybody who you possibly could be in that bracket. And also the pools might be weird enough that you might wind up with that situation where you get slotted against like gold masters occasionally. Grandmaster is a little misleading in this initial like week, especially because keep in mind that all Grandmaster means is that you are the top 10 ranked points on that character. Depending on who that character is, that might not be that high, especially early on. So like, try not to pay too much attention to the Grandmaster part of that right now, because like, right now, the threshold for Grandmaster on every single character is low. Like, it's very low. So you will just see Grandmasters. Hello? Please don't unplug my keyboard. Thank you. You will see Grandmasters with like weirdly low crystal counts, because that's just people still haven't climbed all the way yet. High USB noise, yeah. With Seox at $4.99. Yeah, $4.99 is low. $4.99 is, so for perspective, $4.99 normally would not be Gold Master. Ads on ASMR category. So the timer still goes, regardless, right? My understanding is Twitch doesn't play the ads, but the timer still goes regardless of, whether or not it does, right? And that's what Saribot is looking at, is that timer. So, that said, I've never gotten a hard confirmation from people that they aren't getting ads at all, but from my understanding, they shouldn't be playing. But in any case, welcome back, Lewis. How's it going? Thank you. And I hope you have a good dinner. But yeah, no, for perspective, $4.99 would be Silver Masters normally, right? The only reason that that's a Grandmaster, that that's showing as Grandmaster, is just because there haven't been enough Seoxes that have like grinded enough crystals to the point where $4.99 is, within the top 10 right now. I'm fairly certain right now the threshold for Grandmaster on Versusia is like in the 200s, right? Which is, again, really low. That's barely silver, right? But right now, because it's just the initial push, right? Right now, all of those are going to be low. So, it's an amazing dinner with a certain Kumajo in training. Aw. I'm glad to hear it. What do you do against Anilla? So the fact that ranked is so new that people who are Grandmaster would most likely get bumped down to their respective ranks. Right, exactly. So like, yeah, the initial push is gonna be weird because you're going to have people with very, very, because like, you got to think about it this way. You might be fighting people who, at the end of last rank season, had like 10,000 crystals. Because some people did, right? And those crystals reset to 0, right? So you're dealing with people who are, in some cases, ridiculously good, even though their crystal count isn't very high, because everyone's crystal count got reset to 0. Everybody has to climb all over again. So, what do you do against Anilla? So Anilla can be tricky because, in part, her projectile can't be rolled, right? The sheep can't be rolled through. The jump is such, like her command hop actually moves her a good distance now, and it can be an effective mix-up. And she can, and her anti-airs are good, her reversals are pretty good, and she's got Um, my cat turned off VTS on my phone. Thank you. I might need to boot her at some point here if she doesn't stop. The sheep is a wall. It is. It's true. You can't reach her with your buttons or they're too slow. So here's the thing. There's a couple things you need to know Anilla is likely to do. She got a full screen. It's not quite full screen, but it is far. So you have to be aware of that, right? She is a very far crouching unique, right? With Anilla's buffs, you have to play a patient game with her. Basically, yeah, you just have to play patiently. You have to let her do her thing sometimes and just wait. She has to come to you, kind of, yeah. And be very careful because, so she's got like the very long distance to you. She's also got 66H, and her 66H is ridiculous. It is an amazingly good button. Like, it is absurd. That thing does, like, that thing hits so many situations. You have to know what to do when she's, yes. She backs herself to the point where your button, she backs herself to backs off to the point. So if she's backing off, okay, I do have to move this cat. I'm so sorry. Guess she just continues to get onto things that she shouldn't be on. All right. So I went to fry. It's not my birthday, but thank you, Pojo. Your 2M is your longest button and it can't connect. Yeah, you do have to, like, yeah, it's tricky, right? It is tricky. I did answer one of those two questions while running. So if a throw says punish, what that means is that the throw, you got grabbed in the startup frames of something you were doing. I don't think that means it wasn't breakable. You might still have been able to tech. I think if it says no escape, then you couldn't tech it, right? No escape is where, like, that's when it's like, no, you couldn't get out of this. No escape as you got grabbed. Yes, that's more correct. Yes. No escape as you got grabbed during startup. That one is where you can't get out. Grabbed on recovery. Thank you, Lucy. I appreciate that. Yeah. So I think I could be wrong. So I'm realizing I don't actually know the answer to that question. I know with no escape, you can't attack. You can't break. Punish, maybe you can, but I'm not certain. That one I'm not sure about. But, I'm not actually sure. I think because it's on recovery, I don't think you can tack. You were in recovery. Yeah, that's the thing. So I think in both cases, I think no escape and punish, it would be unbreakable, right? Yeah. Like, I'm not 100% certain on the latter. I know for sure the former you can't. But the latter, I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure the answer is no, you can't. No escape, you were pushing something else when grabbed, so again, you can't attack. Exactly, right. As far as Beatrix goes, the answer to that is simultaneously simple and complicated. Delay text makes you think you can. What's happening is you're pushing a button during the tech one. Yes, that is correct. What was I saying? Beatrix. Like I said, simultaneously complicated answer, but also not that complicated. B has always been a nightmare to fight, especially a good one. Yeah, she's a very good character. She's an extremely good character. And, like, she's got good normals, she's got good specials, she's got, frankly, kind of busted 5U. Let's see. Fast buttons, lots of blows, very high damage, long combos. Yes. Yeah. And like she is also, this is like after she's already been nerfed like 5 times. So yeah. She's no push. No, definitely not. She's one of the best characters in the game still. Like I don't think she's not. Saki Bunny, welcome in, welcome in. Hello, hello. How was your stream? How was your just chatting stream? I saw, were you playing, I think I saw you were playing, Bus to Move earlier. I hope it went well. I saw you were maybe having kind of a rough night, so I hope it got better. I really do. She made you feel like you were fighting God, and she wasn't fighting like Vasarada. Well, yeah, she's very different from Vasarada, for sure. Like, them very different characters. She is way faster than Vas. But yes, hello, everybody who came in with, it was a cozy stream. I'm so glad to hear. Hello, everybody who came in with Saki Bunny's raid. If you're not familiar with me, my name is Sucrose Yuri Shigeki, Kumajo in training. I am a variety streamer and a magical girl bear VTuber. And I mostly focus on retro style content when I'm not doing ASMR stuff, that is. I also play a good amount of Granblue Rising, which is actually kind of our current topic of conversation since I just got back from Frosty Faustings. And on Sunday nights, I do cozier content here, whether that is cozy gaming or full-on ASMR streams. We're kind of doing a cozy yapping stream with some potential ASMR triggers, if that's a thing you want. Let me see here. It's a fun game. It helped. I'm glad you feel better than before. I'm so glad. I'm doing all right. I am doing all right. I had a fun time at Frosty. Buff Sucrose. Since Ilsa, I will answer that question in 1 second. But yeah, Saki Bunny, if you, and your raiders need to raid and run, I completely understand. Please take care of yourselves post-stream, but if you do want to hang out and listen to me yap quietly about my time at Frosty and about the state of Granblue as a game right now, you're more than welcome to be here, and I'm super happy to have you. Thank you again so much for the raid. I really do appreciate it. You were hoping to catch how my Frosty was? I did have a good time. I didn't do as well as... Okay. So you grab a little food, but you'll be listening and you'll be back soon. Okay, I'll talk about it more when you get back then, because we were talking other stuff, but I will loop back around to talking about my Frosty experience again once you're back. But yeah, so, if you can still hear me, I'll repeat this again later, but if there is an ASMR trigger you would like to hear, please let me know in chat. I like to give freebies to streamers who raid in, just as a thank you. But I will repeat that once you're back, once I know for sure that you were able to hear it. So, okay. It's like fighting Jita with roller skates, kind of. Like, the thing about Beatrix you kind of have to, like, keep in mind is that she is, she's a rush down with a Shoto kit, right? Like, she is there to get in your face, to get in it fast, and to harass the crap out of you up close and try not to let up on you. And it's made all the more frustrating and stressful by the fact that she has a command grab. It is not the fastest command grab in the world, but it is a command grab against a character who you really don't usually want to mash on because she has good buttons and good options. Thank you so much for the check-in, Annie Bell. She has good normals, good specials, good options to frame trap the crap out of you. Thank you for the hydrobats. No 6XL feels annoying against them, then you watch health bars go by. Well, yeah, you're playing Wellness, so a command grab will always put you at a tiny advantage in neutral or scrambles. Yeah, and like I think Brick was the one who called it like the Beatrix mind control ray, where like as soon as you as soon as a Beatrix like grabs you, like immediately after that it's suddenly like, oh, like it almost guarantees that person's going to start mashing against that Beatrix, right? Which is then kind of what she wants, because then she gets to, you know, frame trap and really start laying on some damage. So it's rough. Like it is, Beatrix is like that kind of character, having that kind of option just inherently is really good, right? It's really, really hard to deal with. Anyways, there was the other question here. Everyone mashed every wake up during his run with Rhoda Master. No one tried to block. Right. Like, because that's the thing. Like, she's got that command grab. You kind of can't just block against her because she will grab you, right? It's just a thing. But, okay, let me see here. Since Ilsa's around the corner, who do I think will go buffed, nerfed, and untouched? Who? Oh my gosh, Brendan! Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. I promise, Jalen, I will answer that question. I will answer that question. Hello, raiders. Welcome in. What were you playing, Brendan? Let me see. You were... Hang on. You were doing a special event? What was the special event? I hope it was fun. What did you do? But yes, hello, raiders. If you are not familiar with me, my name is Sucrose Yuri Shokaki. I am a Kumajo in training. I am a variety streamer and a magical girl bear VTuber. And I mostly focus on retro style content. When I am not doing ASMR stuff, I also play a lot of Grand Blue Rising. For those who are into fighting games, we're actually talking quite a bit about that right now because I just got back from Frosty Faustings. So we're talking about a lot of fighting game stuff right now. And then Sunday nights, I do cozier content, whether that is full-on ASMR streams or cozy gaming, stuff like that. Let me see here. You were doing a Wind Waker and Twilight Princess randomized archipelago. That sounds like so much fun. Oh my gosh. That sounds amazing. Archipelagos are really fun. I have never done, well, I've actually never played Twilight Princess or Wind Waker, so I can't say I've done a randomized run on those anyways, but honestly, Archipelagos are a ton of fun. They were just so much fun. I hope it went well. You had a friend playing Twilight Princess. It's your first randomizer in Arch. Oh, how did you like it? I hope you had fun with it. Yeah, I love Archipelago. It's a really, really fun way to engage with like games like that, right? It's awesome. Good. I'm glad. Didn't have a sword. Yep, that's how it goes. That is exactly how it goes. There is always that moment of like, what am I supposed to do now? And sometimes you get stuck waiting for your partner to help get you out of a bind, right? But next 4 hours were smoother. Yeah, exactly. Like you hit pockets where it's just like, okay, what can I even do? And then you'll like get a breakthrough and it starts to like kind of go smoother, right? You had a bug that you sent to Twilight Princess, and a bug in Twilight Princess that got him the sword to get to you. Interesting. Huh. Interesting. But yeah, if you or your raiders need to raid and run, I completely understand. Please take care of yourselves post-stream, but if you do want to hang out, listen to me, do some softly spoken yapping. Also, you are more than welcome to request some ASMR triggers. Let me see here. Let me do this. Right there to get that list up. You are more than welcome to be here, and I'm super happy to have you. Let me see here. You were going to DM me asking for tips, then you started stream sooner than you thought. Ah, I see. Gonna go eat? It's been like 12 hours. No, please go eat. Please go get some food. Thank you again so much. Guys, please check out Brendan and also Sucky Bunny, since we got 2 raids kind of back to back there. Please go check out the both of them. Both of them are amazing streamers in their own right. And my cats will not leave my stuff on my desk alone, so that's fun. But yeah, thank you again so much for the raid. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so back to this. Since Ilsa is around the corner, who do I think will be buffed, nerfed, and untouched? Okay. So, yo, Rose, thank you for the check-in. I do think we are, I think it's very unlikely this time that Matera does not get some kind of nerf. It may not be big nerfs, but I think she's going to get something. I think it's very likely that Luane gets addressed in some regard. I was actually seeing a little bit of discourse surrounding Luane. The thing is with Luane, that the thing that was being talked about was the fact that, like, a lot of what makes Luane so good right now is the fact that he benefits the most from universal mechanics. So, like, Luane himself may not actually need to be tweaked that much if, for example, Brave Counter gets nerfed again, right? Nerf his food. Maybe. Like, the thing is with Luane's 5U is, unlike the other characters, so there's two characters in the game who have to deal with RNG in the way they play, right? And what happens. And it's Vikala and Luane. Vikala can get screwed over by RNG hard, right? Vikala's got options in there that are kind of useless for her, and options in there that can actively help her opponent. Luane's 5U, on the other hand, explicitly will only ever help him, and often it helps him a lot. There is no such thing as bad RNG with Luane's 5U, because any healing at all is going to be, like, the only kind of, like, I can only think of, like, one situation where his 5U would be, like, not beneficial, and it's if he's already at 100 meter and he gets meter, right? Like, you can't go over 100 meter, obviously, so, you know, that's a thing, right? But outside of that one situation, it's only ever good, right? And a lot of the situations he can set up right now let him do it multiple times. So he gets to fish for really good benefits from eating pretty much constantly. I don't know how you would nerf that, though, unless you just reduced the amount he got. But, like, I don't know that, I don't necessarily know that he would I don't even know if nerfing it would be a good call, because, like, it also probably wouldn't be great for his 5U to be useless, right? That would probably not be a good way to do that. So I don't know what the answer is there. I guess the answer can have, oh my gosh, we keep getting rated while I'm trying to answer this one specific question. I do not mind in the slightest, but hello, Catch Up, another bear raid. It's true. How was your ASMR stream, Catch Up? How did it go? I hope it went well. Hello, Catch Up. Catch Up raid, Catch Up raid. Welcome in, raiders. I hope that me doing this raid introduction makes for good tingles and triggers in and of itself, because I'm doing it 3 times now in a row. I'm okay with it. I just hope it gives you guys some nice vibes when I do. Hello, Catch Up, and hello, everybody who came in with Catch Up's raid. If you are not familiar with me, my name is Sucrose Yurishigaki, Kumajo in training. I am a variety streamer, and I mostly focus on retro style content. You hit 1K. Oh my gosh, congratulations, Catch Up. I'm so proud of you. Let's go. You did it. Back with Noodle? Yes, I can in fact give you a Froggy. That is absolutely, totally good. I will do that. Congratulations, Catch Up. Also, of course, oh, right. So I do retro style content, JRPGs, platformers, Metroidvanias, all that kind of stuff. I also play quite a bit of Grand Blue Rising, which is what we're currently talking about. I just got back from Frosty Faustings this weekend. And Sunday nights, I do cozier content here. Either full-on ASMR streams, sometimes story reading, sometimes cozy gaming, stuff like that. But yes, let me see here. You can celebrate it the same time as your affiliate anniversary next week. That's awesome. Gotta find some bears from games. You need one more for some peak. What day are you doing peak? Asking for a me. Because, you know, depending on when it is. I mean, I did write my schedule already, but you never know. The 13th or 14th is a Friday and Saturday. Ooh, what time on Saturday? Well, get with me in DMs. We'll talk about it. White Bear and Jazz, they're down for some peak? Yeah, let me know. Let me talk to you about it in DMs. We can talk about it. Because maybe, depending on the time, maybe. Anyways. What was I saying? Right. Froggy for Sucky Bunny. Need to ping them tomorrow, see if they're available those days. Of course. Also, Catch Up. You know the drill as well. If you have a trigger you'd like to request, please let me know. Also, if you and your raiders need to raid and run, I completely understand. Please take care of yourselves post-stream. But if you do want to hang out and listen to some yapping and trigger sounds, you're more than welcome to be here, and I'm super happy to have you. Thank you again so much for the raid. Catch Up. Thank you. I will get you some smoochies as soon as I'm done with the Froggy. So yes. Super bedtime. See you later. Absolutely. Maybe unranked. Be kind, please. RS. Raging strike you and wake up because you're hunk. Oh my gosh. Yes, this is from Zelda. But yeah. There was the froggy. Alright, and then for catch up. There you go, catch up. Hope that was good. Okay, so, so to the question of who I think will be nerfed, buffed, and untouched. So our current, my smooch kills improved greatly. Ah, thank you, Ketchup. Our current culprits, I guess, so to speak, towards the top are Luane, Matera, Basaraga, who else? Beatrix, Cag, I think. So out of those, buff Galleon for Rosie. Galleon could stand to have a couple buffs. I don't know what you would buff on her necessarily. I do think she's the kind of character that could become really terrifying really fast if you buff either the wrong thing or too many things. I think she's the kind of character you have to be very careful with. I put Vakala in kind of the same category. There is a very fine line between quality of life buffs for Vakala and turning Vakala into an absolute monster. And I think the same thing could be true, is also true of Galleon, but 5U started up is literally all you want. Maybe HDP ranged option to do a bit more. Okay. I do think there's some consistency buffs she could definitely get, and that would not be a problem, right? I think that definitely is true. A bit more answer to things like Fairy and Matera. Well, part of that would be Matera does need to be brought down. Buff Nier to hold 2 bags of fries instead of 1. Here, okay. Let me say this. In terms of characters that are going to get untouched, they are not buffing Nier any more than they already have. Vakala and Galleon are 1 good buff away from being some of the best characters in the game. Yes, that goes for a lot of the cast. Agreed. Yeah, there's a lot of the cast that, if they get either the wrong thing buffed or too many things buffed, they suddenly shoot right up to, top 5 potential. That's not necessarily, the worst thing in the world that can happen. It depends on the character. But definitely, yeah, there's a lot of characters in the cast that they have to be really, really careful if they're going to buff them. Because they could wind up really dumb really fast. Just having fun with Nier paying for her crimes meme. No, that's fair. The thing with Nier is there is some room, I think, to give her some stuff back without making her busted again, but that line is so incredibly thin. Like it's so incredibly thin that if they cross it, she goes right back up to being top one, and they know that, and they know that people will riot if that happens. So you have to be pretty minuscule. Yeah, like I do think there's maybe, yeah, I don't even know what I would suggest. I don't even know what I would suggest with her. Like, I really don't. So I do think, I think they're going, here's the thing I'm going to say. I think we are more likely to get an EX Nier that is completely reworked than we are to get buffs on baseline Nier. I think that's way more likely. But let me see here. EXG to 1. Oh my gosh. Well, you know. Well, you know. But yeah, I don't think Nier's getting touched. I don't think she's getting touched at all. Make death need more than one hit disabled? No. No. That would be how you would get Nier back up to top one again. That would absolutely break her again. No. Like, I get that we're memeing here, but yeah, no, please no. As far as who else, let me see here. Let me see. I do think Matera is getting touched. I do think Luane probably has to get touched. I don't anticipate, I think in terms of like top tiers that are probably not getting touched, I don't think they touch Kag. I don't think they do anything to her. I think she probably gets away with nothing. Wellness needs to be touched, but he probably won't be. Who else? Beatrix isn't getting I don't think they nerf Beatrix any further than she's been nerfed. I really don't think there's much more they can do to her. Suits her character, just get away with it, kind of, honestly. Gonna head to bed, good night. Yeah, honestly, Blazer, my recommendation is give it a week, at least. Yeah, Beatrix, I think, has been nerfed as much as they can nerf her. I think if they nerf her again, she gets basically the same thing that happened to Nier happens to her, where she drops to bottom tier. I think she's at that point. You can't really take anything else away from her without completely breaking her in the opposite direction, where she just suddenly is bad. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is more you can do there, but I don't know what it would be. I think they've already taken away so much from that character that, like, anything else would start to make her kit just not function. And that would be, I mean, that would succeed at getting her out of the top tier, but it's not a great way to, I mean, I don't think Beatrix is so problematic at this point that she needs to be knocked out of top tier completely. I think because, like, she's not really in contention for top one anymore. So, like, I think she's probably fine where she is, so I don't think she's gonna get touched again. In terms of buffs, I don't think anybody, if I'm going to, you're happy to play a low tier, you like to show that your choice doesn't matter to win games. Yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, the low tiers in this game aren't even all that bad, to be honest. Like, Nier is volatile, she's inconsistent, but her kit is still good. Death is still oppressive as shit to deal with, right? It's like the reason why Nier is bad, quote unquote, is that she has to deal with the fact that she doesn't have access to her kit half the time. But when she does have access to it, it's still good. Like, there's several characters that aren't bad because their kits are bad. They're bad, quote unquote, right? They're low. I shouldn't even say bad, right? There's characters who are low tier in the game, not because they're bad characters, not because their kits are badly designed, but because there's some other factor that makes that happen. So like with Nier actually still has a really good kit. She just doesn't have access to it all the time. Like, same thing with like Avatar Belial. Avatar Belial has an incredibly good kit, but he also does damage to himself when he does it, right? So like that's the thing. It's like gambling, kinda, yeah. Sorry to rage and run. Need to record some ASMR. Not a problem. Have a good one. Catch up. Please get some rest. Thank you so much again for the raid. But yeah, like that's the thing. So like, because like I would say Nier is not even at her core a bad character in her current incarnation. I don't think she is. I think, again, the low tier nature of it comes into play because her downsides are really debilitating downsides that when she has to deal with it, it matters, right? Let me see. Got to Silver Master thanks to a GM Sandalphon. Nice! Congrats, Ing. What was I saying? But yeah, like even Vikala, like, who is probably like the most consistently lacking character in turn, because like I would say Nier has some higher highs for sure, but the lows are lower, right, than Vikala. But Vikala is pretty consistently struggling, but even her, like even Vikala can absolutely win games like that. Like, she is viable, like very viable. Like, you can still absolutely do work with her. Like, Q is super rough, but you're trying to make it work. So yeah, like, this is not a game where the low tiers are like unplayably bad. Like, no, not even remotely. Like, there's no character in this game that can't win games against, like, again, pointing back to last year's Frosty. At the time, Matera was considered to be pretty low tier, right? And Monarch took Grand Finals Frosty last year against a Belial, who was considered to be top 1 at the time. He was like that. It's very possible, right? Now, granted, Monarch is an insane player, but also it's possible. Yo, Ash, how's it going? Welcome in. Have a good one, Spike Kirby. Thank you for stopping by. So yeah. Like, the thing is I don't think we, like, I know people are kind of hoping for, like, a big balance patch with Elsa, but I don't think we're going to get one. I really don't. Hang on, let me fix something here real quick. Who do we got here? Who is this? Vegan. Hi, Vegan. How you doing? Let me put you down here with the others. In any case, I don't think we're gonna get a, like, giant patch. I really don't. Like, people are hoping for something along the lines of, like, the Versusia patch. I don't think we're gonna get one like that. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think the game needs it. I think if we got one, it would probably be bad for the game. So I think the buff and nerf list is going to be fairly short. I don't think there's going to be that many people getting, or I don't think there's going to be that many characters getting either buffs or nerfs, and I think both of them are going to be relatively minor. I think people are going to, like, I do think that, like, there's a very high chance that people are going to look at, like, the patch notes for that and go, like, oh, this is it? I'm almost positive. I guarantee it. I almost guarantee that's going to happen. What I'm saying is the game is balanced. Yes, that is what I'm saying. The game is balanced. Now, the game being balanced does not mean that there aren't characters that need nerfs and characters that need buffs, right? That's not what that means. That will always be the case. There will always be something you can tweak. But what I'm saying is that we don't need a thing here where, like, the entire cast suddenly gets, like, big nerfs or buffs, right? We don't actually need that. If that happens, I will actually be worried about the game. Genuinely. If we suddenly see, like, a giant patch list that has, like, massive changes across the board, I'm gonna get worried about the state of the game. And I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. Because, again, I don't know what you would change on some characters. I think for the most part, you can kind of leave things well enough as they are, minus some nerfs to some of the tops, and some buffs, maybe mostly quality of life, mostly consistency buffs to the lower tiers. Like, I don't, like, I'll tell you, like, I don't think we need, like, here's the thing. There are some characters that have been very good in the past who've gotten nerfed. They don't need those nerfs reverted, right? I play Versusia. If they gave me back launch Versusia, I would definitely not say no to them doing that. I don't think they should do that. I don't think she needs to have that stuff back. Right? Make Wellness EXE rocket you into another stage. It actually would be kind of funny if it did that, if you ended around on it, where, like, the character just goes flying off the screen and you just wind up in a different stage the next round. That would actually be really funny. Yeah, no, that's the thing. 2360 and KO does that. It would be really funny if after that happens, the next round just picked a random stage that you wound up on. I would actually be down for that. I think that would be really funny. Yeah, so yeah, I think there are some system level changes, I think, if I put it that way. So the things that I think would be more impactful for a patch, for the Elsa patch, would be system level changes, universal mechanics, or features to the game. Hi, Anonymous. How's it going? Welcome in. So yeah, system level mechanics or game features. Thank you for the check-in, Seki Bunny. So, like, for example, like, training mode replay takeover would be huge if you could do the thing that, like, other games have, where as you're watching a replay, you can immediately just go straight into training with that, like, replay situation. That would be huge. That would be very big. Having hitboxes show, like, toggling hitboxes without needing a mod for it would be huge. That would be a giant quality of life thing that I think would be very good. Like, some kind of, like, goofy, silly, funny mode to, like, play with friends, like, in the lobbies, and be like, hey, turn on like survival mode characters, like boss character versions of this, or like do something along the lines of like DBFC's arena mode, where it's just like, here's some like really stupid game modes to just play for fun, right? You liked when they gave us pre-round start animations. Yeah, that was actually a really good change. That was a really good change. Like, it was kind of like, it didn't do anything to like impact any character's power or anything like that, but it was a good change for the game. Thank you for the head tats, by the way. I think that's awesome. Like, stuff like that. Just give us some fun stuff to play with in the game. Team battle would be fun. Each round is, and that would be really cool, right? Especially like being able to like play, like build teams with other people, right? I think that would be awesome. Giving a 3v3 mode, that would be super cool. Dream they can do whatever they need to do to make playing with more people run better than the slideshow. Yeah, so that unfortunately would kind of be netcode shit, and there's only so much that can be done there. However, like some optimization stuff to like just kind of give a little bit of a leg up to make the game run a little bit better on lower end machines would be nice. That would be very nice, because there is a problem with certain, like, because a lot of the time the thing that's at fault for laggy matches is actually frame rate lag and not network lag. Like, those, that happens just as often. So like, yeah, that's a thing. So like either adding in more like low end options, reducing resolution more, maybe like turning, like adding an option into the game to turn down particle effects would be huge, because that would help a lot for lower end systems running the game. Like, that would be huge. That would be great. That kind of stuff you can make happen by doing stuff like running the potato mod, right? But being able to do that stuff without a mod would be a big deal. Like, that would actually be great. I'm thinking of stuff too, like the like for like a DBFC arena mode style thing, where like you can just do kind of whatever. Like, stuff already exists in the game that would lend itself well to that. You get all those buffs during survival mode, right? Like, having a mode where it's just like, hey, combo limits basically turned off, go ham, what's the longest thing you can string together, right? That kind of thing. The thing with those is, like, I think you can get away with some really busted shit for fun if it's an opt-in thing. And like, because like, I don't, like, as much as like I complain about what happened to DBFC, I don't actually think it's a problem to have a mode in the game where everything is broken and everything is like stupidly high power and just silly, right? That can be fun if it's not the main like version of the game, right? That can be fun. So adding a mode for that, because I know that there's like been people who've been like, oh, it'd be so cool to like play as like the survival mode boss versions of this character, right? So you can already think of a few infinite loops if you remove combo limit. Yeah, but like if everybody has access to that, yeah, would it be dumb? Absolutely. But like, you would have to go in and select that, like, hey, I want to play the version of this game that does this, right? That's the kind of the deal with the arena mode in Dragon Ball also, is like, you go in and you pick, hey, this is the game mode I'm doing, and you know in picking that what you're in for, right? So that would be fun. Also, like, quality of life, like, it's really dumb. It's really dumb, but I think it would be a really, really good addition. Like, improve the queue experience for Grand Brews. Like, here's the thing. I would queue into Grand Brews way more often if I could enter that queue and then go play games while I waited for that queue to pop, right? You've never played Grand Brews? It's actually really fun. The problem with Grand Brews is several things. One, I think the potent, like the ability to queue with other people into it is extremely limited if it exists at all. So that's another part of that could be improved a lot. And when you're queuing into Grand Brews, your only option is to queue into it and just sit there. That's really it. I think you can run around the lobby, but like outside of that, you really can't do anything else. You just have to sit and wait. It's a 4-man group. Yeah, increase the size of that group. I would love just be like, hey, Colliders, Crash Pad, all you guys, let's make an entire, like, let's fill out a Grand Brews lobby, all of us, right now, right? It's a big, yeah, you can't even go into training mode. Like, you can't do anything. If you're playing Grand Blues, you are only playing Grand Blues. You're not doing anything else. And that's frustrating. I think that's the reason why so few people play it, and the reason why it takes forever to queue into it, because you can't do anything else. And it usually takes a while to find a group, right? The main time you ever see people doing it is when it's a battle pass, like, mission, right? Crash Pad for Grand Blue with the Symmetry Scrim, but I would be down. I would be so down. It's that mode is a lot of fun, but it's so hard to justify going and queuing for it because you're stuck, right? If you could queue for it while even just being in training mode, right? Even just going into training mode would make queuing for that mode way more tolerable. But like, that would be amazing, right? So it's like, that's the thing. Like, I think there's a lot of room for this patch to be big without that meaning doing massive balance changes to the cast. It's like Fall Guys. Yeah, basically. It is basically Fall Guys, but Grand Blue characters. That's basically what it is. And it's fun. It's an enjoyable mode. So yeah, add like a lot of quality of life to Grand Brews. It needs it. Desperately needs it. Like, I think that would single-handedly save that mode. If they made it so that, like, just like, even if you couldn't queue into, like, I get the problem that might arise from queuing into multiple, like, obviously you couldn't really queue into ranked and then also queue into Grand Brews. I don't think that would work very well. But, like, if you could go into the lobby, queue into Grand Brews, and then just hop on a cabinet and play with people while you were waiting for that to pop, right? That would be great. Like, just let us do that, and I guarantee more people would play it. But Grand Goob. Oh, stop, Xiao. Oh my god. You're not allowed to talk like that. You are just not allowed. No. What was I saying? What else? Well, you see what you are the merry band of goobers. Well, that's true enough. But you can't, but no, Xiao's not allowed to downplay her casual matches. Once you're getting paid, you're getting a controller and joining the meat grinder. Let's go. Nice. But yeah, so, And then, of course, on the system level, the usual place, absolutely. Give me just 1 second and none. On like the system level for the game, for like the fighting game portion, I could see them like nerfing Brave Counter again to make it, you know, a little, because it's still very good. There's room for them to make it a little bit less good. I don't think they're touching 6XL. I just don't think they're doing it. I think at this point they're not going to. So, like, you know, that's, I don't think there's going to be a ton of universal changes. The one thing I think could still get changed would be, if you dodge BC, make it like dodging RS. No. Are we buffing near by nerfing Brave Counter? I mean, so the reason why Brave Counter works so well against near is it turns off death. And I don't necessarily think that should be undone necessarily. But, yeah. Anyways, I don't know. I genuinely don't know what to do with near. And I also don't think they're going to do anything with near. So, but anyways, yeah, there's a lot that could happen in this patch that doesn't involve characters being buffed or nerfed, honestly. But for Anonymous here, Kumasho, 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 Kuma, 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 Masho, 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 Kumasho, 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 Kuma, 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 Masho, 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 Masho. You're 0 out of 2 not getting hired by the Grand Blue Balancing Team. Honestly, I don't, like, even though I gave my opinion on what I thought, what I think sometimes should be buffed or nerfed, like, I don't think people should, I don't think the balancing team should listen to me either necessarily when it comes to that. Generally speaking, I feel like players are relatively bad at identifying real balance changes that would actually work out well. Like, I think your proposition adds secrets to the game. Bet. Let's go. New guest character. Let's go. Sucrose for season 3. Gotta head out now. I hope the rest of the stream goes well. Thank you, Saki Bunny. Have a great night. I hope you sleep well. Wait, you are not, it's not nighttime for you. I hope you have a great day. And I hope you feel better. She just has 3 frame animations. You will never suggest which needs buffs or nerfs, especially for this game. You have no time on this just for that. That's fair. I mean, like, you can always, like, have, like, wishlist stuff. Like, I do have, like, there is one buff I would like to see on Versusia that I don't necessarily even think they should give her, but it's one that I would like to see. So, I want that dash nerf reverted. I want that dash nerf reverted so badly. But for one, they're almost definitely not doing that. And for 2, it's questionable whether or not they should, right? I don't necessarily think that they should do that, even though I want it, right? So, like, I also, like, if they reverted the 5U nerf, I would also love that to bits. They probably shouldn't do that, right? Same thing if they reverted the 5L nerf on her. That would be amazing. I would be so happy. It would probably be terrible for the game, and they shouldn't do it. So, right? Like, my own personal wish lists for this game are not necessarily healthy for the game. So, there's also a couple characters I would love to see, like, hit with a nerf bat, but I don't know that they're going to do that, and I don't even know if it would be a good idea for them to do that. Like, it's hard to really say. Balancing a game like this is so difficult, right? Like, I don't really... Back at it again with the poems. Yo, let's go, Enderab. Let's see here. It's been a minute. All right, let's go. Okay. Burnt out... Okay, here, hang on. Let me take a sip real quick here. Okay. Burnt out fireflies, barely a guiding light, lone light in the sky, together in dark. Although I can't see you, I know you'll pull through. Hope the light stays till I find my way. Burnt out fireflies, a passenger in flight, together, hoping that the light stays. Guiding through wherever the end is. I'll be okay, 'cause deep down, I know how hard you tried. Burnt out firefly. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm so happy to see more poems from you, Enderab. I really am. That's exciting. I hope you enjoyed it. I realize my brain didn't read it properly in a couple places, so I apologize for the additional, words slipped in a couple times there, but hopefully it was still good anyways. So, thank you for the head pats and the hydrate. Great reading. Thank you. Tried to play Norm Ranked and was met with a level 1000 CAG. How'd it go? How'd you do? Hopefully it was either a good match or a learning experience, or both. But we are closing in on midnight right now, so I am going to start peeking at that raid list to see who's out there that I might be able to raid out to tonight. Almost won, but then she decided to run away for the entire set. That's so hard to deal with. It's one of those things that, in my head, it's this shouldn't work as well as it does, right? This should have a major downside, and I'm fairly certain it does, but, man, does that short circuit my brain sometimes. Have a good night while running. Let me see here. Who is out and about? Ooh, there's a couple people that I am not familiar with doing some ASMR stuff. Thank you for streaming. My ASMR always knocks you out. I'm happy to hear that. Honestly, thank you, Rex. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a wonderful night. Okay, let me see here. Let's start by looking at the follows. Ooh, there's a couple people here. Ooh, okay. So there's at least one person. Let me see. Okay, same category. ASMR. Ooh, I think we haven't raided into Violet in a minute. Although she's at 5 hours, so I don't know if she's still gonna be going. Let me see. Of course, Ved, of course. I'm very happy to be back. Always a good time. Have we raided in? We did raid Kaya recently. Let me see. I think we've also raided Ember recently. Yeah, we did. Back with a Bergens. Okay. Okay. Did the Sucrose Forbidden Tech work at Frosty's? I went 0-2, so no, it didn't. But, like I said earlier in the stream, it's a motivating factor to get back, to get better and come back at it with a vengeance, right? So, it's fine. Okay. Mission failed, we'll get him next time. We will. It'll be good. Okay. Let me see here. Just trying to see if because if Violet is still streaming, you know what? Okay, let's do this instead. The same category, just so I can see who is doing this, even if we aren't. After this, you'll be driving home. The stream was much needed. I'm glad. Let me see. There were a couple people I saw that, let me see. This is part of the ASMR stream where I putz about for 15 minutes looking for a raid target. That's my raid target song. Okay. I'm going to just do this way. If I find one that convinces you, yeah. Okay. We have not raided into this person before, I don't believe. I think. Oh, that was probably audible. I think she probably raided into us. That's probably why I'm following her. Full version when. Okay, but yeah, let's go. Saturday morning, you are too late. You're fine. Hello, King Coffee. Also, nothing against this, but you will mention this. Gotta check some streams or follow. Ooh, good point. Thank you for bringing that up, because I should check that to get a heads up. Yeah. Gotta play me in Grand Blue at some point again. Absolutely. Let me see here. Can I? How do I look this up? Let me go back to the. But no, thank you for bringing that up, because I was not thinking about that part. Let me see here. I think, as far as I can tell, this shouldn't be follow only. I think it would say, wouldn't it? Was that what a music box version of Damedene of Bakamitai? Yeah. It was a music box version of Bakamitai. It should, yeah. Okay, I'm fairly certain this is not a follower only chat. If you're not following yourself, your chat box says it. Well, I'm following, so that doesn't necessarily help. But I think it would say, so. I hope. Yeah. We'll give it a shot. So, yeah, of course. I'm going to start up this raid. So those coming with me on this raid out to Kitsune no Kokoro, we do have a raid message. If you are subscribed and have access to the emotes, it is this. If you're not subscribed, that's totally fine. We've got you covered with this one instead. Please feel free to use either one of those as we raid out here. Let me see here real quick. Let me toss this up on screen. We do have next week's schedule ready to go. So here is our raid schedule our stream schedule for next week. I'll be back on Tuesday with more Blasphemous 2 as usual. Thursday we will be doing some Grand Blue open lobbies again and trying to finish up Pokemon Arceus. And then Saturday will be a daytime stream rather than a nighttime stream. We'll be finishing up Spyro the Dragon, or at least that's the plan. So, anyways, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. I hope you have a great rest of your night and a great start to your week. And I will see you next time. Have a great night, chat. Sleep well. Hang tight for that raid. Hi, Duke.
Lovely to have you here. Yeah, 2025 was not my year, but